Good morning, Malaysia. Welcome to CAGS Malay News. It is Monday, October 2nd, 2018. I am Sydney Deng. We bring you a story regarding a new wind turbine by Envision Energy that has been introduced to multiple countries already. Envision is based in Shanghai and has regional offices across Asia, Europe, North and South America. This past week, Envision held a conference in Amsterdam, Netherlands, where an exciting new partnership was announced. Here we have Chen Gloria at the side of the company. Chen, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Sydney. This new strategic partnership that was announced at the conference here has advanced research in renewable energy forecasting pretty rapidly. This multi-year collaboration, the first of its kind, brought together Envision Energy headquarters to collaborate on new methods, models, and technologies. So far, we have already seen major growth and improvement. Here we have Mr. Makoso, the Director of Envision Energy. Mr. Makoso, can you tell us more about your company?
Yes. We recently had a meeting that introduced the EN148 4.5 MW wind turbine, as well as the EN140 3.0 MW and the EN131 2.5 MW wind turbines for India. This has benefited both countries significantly. It benefited the Netherlands by creating a wind turbine that suits its geographical condition. According to the topography map, the Netherlands have a low elevation, allowing wind to blow without much obstructions.
Mr. Makoso, why does Netherlands have such low wind energy production?
Good question. This is because of the Royal Dutch Shell, a cheap oil-providing company institute that supplies much of Netherlands' energy. Our company operates based off of environmental standards, including the ones of EU. Speaking of the EU is trading renewable energy resources with our next country of interest, India. In the UN Paris climate meeting, the goal of providing renewable energy is addressed. In order to meet that goal, EU is investing in India's offshore energy. This allows companies like Envision to better provide wind energy to India.
According to my research, India has a variety of different energy types. Can you tell us more?
There is only about 216 sites of wind farms in India. However, they have created more than 7.9 gigawatts of wind energy. The topography map of India shows that India is a mountainous region in the center, yet a low elevation in the coast. The wind in the coast is strong in the summer since the mountains block the winds from blowing inland. The coastal winds are low in the winter because the mountains slows the wind down. This is why Envision designed a low-speed wind turbine for India in the winter. These differences and similarities between India and Netherlands wind energy. It is not just the nations working together to ensure clean, renewable, futuristic energy is supplied globally, but also Envision. Regardless of the geographic conditions and the demand for energy, Envision can always design the most optimal wind turbine to meet the desires of nations in our world.
Yes, it really is quite incredible how Envision is continually innovating to create renewable energy resources. Natural energy such as wind and solar are clean, free, and abundant. These turbines are an important step forward in Envision's ability to create and deliver affordable energy solution and make sustainable energy a reality to countries all over the world. Thank you, Mr. Makoso. Now back to you, Sydney.
Thank you, Chen. It was really interesting to learn about the connections that are made when countries invest in clean, renewable sources of energy. We have Gloria C. with Miss Cynthia to tell us more about the effectiveness of wind energy.
Hello, Sydney. Today we have Miss Cynthia, a representative from the International Energy Agency, to tell us more about the world's energy demand and consumption.
Thank you, Gloria, for having me here today. Over the last 3 years, there has been many efforts from countries all around the world to increase investment in renewable energy. However, in 2017, carbon dioxide production from the use of energy increased by 1.4%. The global demand for energy increased due to economic growth, causing both renewable energy and fossil fuel production to increase. Often, renewable energy is used to complement, not replace, fossil fuels. These are not small numbers, especially with the delicate balance between the catastrophic disasters that would ensue if the world's temperature was increased by just a few degrees due to climate change. Right now, we are on that track if the demand of energy continues to increase because of economic and population growth.
Thank you, Ms. Cynthia, for your viewpoints on global energy demand and both renewable and fossil fuels. Back to you, Sydney.
Thank you, Gloria. We have breaking news. Today, the national government has just ratified the bill that criminalizes fake news about the government. There have been multiple protests beforehand, and despite these protests, the government has accepted the bill. One of our reporters are currently at the protest site in front of the government building. Chen, Gloria, what is your status over there?
Well, the crowd is definitely outraged, and there's quite a large amount of people here at the Malaysia House of Parliament. Many people feel like it's an attack on free speech and will cause Malaysia to become closer to a dictatorship. However, this bill was approved 123-64 after the heated debate. This bill proposed a 10-year prison sentence with a fine up to 500,000 ringgit, but only a 6-year sentence was approved. We have the president of Malaysia Opposition Party here at the protest, Mr. Allen. Could you tell us some of your ideas and your viewpoints about this newly ratified bill?
The unethical acts of Malaysia government have been present for a long time. Dating back to the 1940s, the Internal Security Act was proposed and allowed arrest without a trial. When the Malaysian Emergencies Regulations Ordinance was enacted, people of the Communist parties was at a great disadvantage, being subject to suspension for 2 years. Our government is subjected to repeal the ISA Act, but as you all know, this is not possible for a long time. Also, there were the acts that attacked the freedom and free speech of people, such as the Sedition Acts and the Printing Presses Acts, which prohibits the publication and discussion of ideas that are seditious. The reasoning behind all the acts is that independence from Great Britain and the security would have to be strong after independence. The Twin Tower destruction in 2001 only made the ISA laws more enforced.
I heard about the recent 1MDB scandal. How is this relevant to Malaysia's history?
As of recently, the Prime Minister has been using the National Investment Program, the 1MDB, for his own personal bank account. He has at least handled $3.5 billion. This is serious and must be addressed. But as you can see in the history of the freedom of speech, the Prime Minister denied this news and addressed it as fake. The fake news will not only have the reporter of the fake news prosecuted, but also people who take part in spreading the news will also be subject to consequence. This led to a decrease of the TI index of Malaysia as seen on the corruption map, from 55th to number 62nd last year. These scandals have an effect of our score according to the Transparency International Malaysia chairman, Akbar S. Sattar. Our ranking is the lowest it has ever been since the launch of the index, and if this continues, it will drop even more. This is because independence is used as an excuse to pass seditious acts, leading to the leaders gaining power as justified with the 1MDB. This is accusing people of honesty without reason. This is preventing the spread of knowledge which attack people's right for speech as listed in our constitution. These are acts of corruption and a violation of ethics and must be stopped.
Thank you, Mr. Allen, for your inputs on this new controversial law and Malaysia's relationship with free speech. Moving on, we have Cabinet Member of the Prime Minister, Ms. Sun, here to talk to you about different side of the story reported by GC.
Thank you, JC, for having me here today. Last year, we celebrated our 60th year of independence with our strong democracy and free society. We have the strongest democracy in Southeast Asia, where the people are actually represented. However, in these recent weeks, the political opposition seems to not share that respect for our tradition of democracy. They and their allies have made a series of wild claims in American media. As quoted from our Prime Minister, "Real patriots don't try to blacken our country's name abroad for their own political gains." This law will protect the Malaysian people and businesses from online attacks using fake news. Former acts such as the Sedition, Communications and Multimedia, and Printing Presses and Publication Act aren't effective enough for the defense against misinformation. This law is to protect our citizens from receiving and spreading fake news.
Very good points given by Miss Cynthia and Mr. Allen. It's so mind-blowing to hear the two sides' complete opposite opinions, but both supported by such detailed reasons. Will this bill stop the spread of fake news, or is it just a violation of the freedom of speech to citizens in Malaysia? It is too early to tell, however, we will be reporting any significant results. Thank you, and back to you, Sydney, for our forecast of the day after a commercial break.
We live in a world of light. We live in a world of voices. We live in a world of freedom. But do we really? Did you express your thoughts about trials? Did you express your thoughts about our government? Did you express your thoughts about discrimination? Did you? With Speak Up Malaysia sponsored by the International Human Rights Committee, you won't be oppressed by the fake news bill. We believe with our simple-to-navigate website, all you need to do is create an account, publish your opinion, say who you are representing, and you will be heard. Now I could get a scholarship despite my ethnicity.
My friend got arrested for no reason, but now he could actually get a trial and I could testify.
I got to university I wanted with my opinion.
What do you want to say? Create an account at speakupmalaysia.com. Tell us your thoughts and you will not be let down.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Dang Sydney, and I bring you today's forecast that the fog right now at 6 a.m. will clear to slight clouds. But later in the day, around 6 p.m., we will experience high-level thunderstorms and high humidity. The low today is 25 degrees Celsius, and the high is 33 degrees. This week, we will experience the same average temperatures, and there is also a chance for thunder showers tomorrow. On Wednesday through Friday, there is chance for slight scattered showers, so make sure to bring an umbrella with you if you're protesting. Saturday is also looking to have some scattered showers, but the fog will eventually clear up, so drive carefully. Also, there's predicted to have fog Sunday and will eventually clear out to be a sunny and cloudy day. Overall, stay safe, everyone, and Sydney, make sure you drive safe, along with everyone on the road. Thanks, Bang. Thank you for everyone tuning in on CAGS Malay News. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.